Hi, friends. Welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome back. It is Wednesday, October 30th. We have another video about the Sebastian Rogers case, his disappearance. He was reported missing February 26th, 2024, out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. We had a post in Facebook the other day that we read with some very severe, serious accusations. And I submitted the post to Dog the Bounty Hunter. We received a response, and we're going to take it from there, friends, and buckle up because in that location, you are not going to believe what I found. It's scary, it's possible, it's plausible. But remember, friends, this is for entertainment purposes only. It is not to be taken as fact, but opinion, speculation, and theory. No one is being accused at all. This is all alleged for entertainment purposes and is opinion, theory, and speculation. Well, friends, let's go ahead and let's get to it. I want you to stay to the end of the video because I'm going to walk you through my research to end up where we ended up. And it is with natural burial sites. Friends, this might be a little triggering, and I'm going to take you through step by step, so stay to the end. And it's also, my friends, the power of working together. I sent the tip to Dog, the bounty hunter. Dog responded to me. I sent an email to Silver's on the scene because he's searching to show him the post. We had zeroed in on that foresty area right before Westmoreland, and Silver's on the scene took it from there. So we're going to talk for a second. I want you to go back and watch my video on the post, the original post. Then I want you to go back and watch Silver's video on how he zeroed in on location. Because when he did that, I saw what he had brought to our attention. And that's what our video is about because I researched even further and found natural burial sites. So, friends, it's the power of working together for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Imagine what we can do if more of us get together and work together. Thank you so, so much for being here. We are going to talk. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides and get you there. Like I said, stay to the end because I'm walking you through the research. Okay, friends. Here we go. This was the post. I'm not going to read the whole post right now, but what I want you to know about this post today is that I submitted it. It talks about a location of where the Sebastian's body was allegedly placed, 27.27 miles in Westmoreland. Another thing I want to draw to your attention is this post does claim that there is another person who knows where the body was placed. Remember that low-hanging fruit that Jen Coffindaffer talked about, that FBI reward was probably trying to entice? Maybe this person's the low-hanging fruit. If this is true, we don't know yet. But what we do know, friends, is, excuse me, that Dog the Bounty Hunter responded to my submitting the information to him, and he said that they are pursuing this as a plausible, valid tip. Okay? And some things jumped out at them. So they are actively pursuing this as a plausible, valid tip. So let's go back to the post said 27.7 miles away, excuse me, into Westmoreland, to Westmoreland. Remember our first video, I did this little Google Earth and showed us where Westmoreland was. It was about 30 miles. So I said, look at this foresty area. That's probably about the 27.27. Sent it to Silver's on the scene. He went even further in. He did distances and measurements, and he located areas that should be looked in a 1 mile radius. Fabulous work. Go watch it. I will put that link in the description. And then that leads us to this video. because what I was watching on his, it brought to my attention that there was a he brought to our attention that there was a Larkspur Conservation at Taylor Hollow. Well, that's that foresty area I was referring to on the first video. And Silvers points this out. So, Larkspur Conservation at Taylor Hollow, and he says that's a cemetery. Okay. So, pause there for a minute. Now, this is one route to from Hendersonville to Westmoreland. Up here at the end of the blue is Westmoreland. Okay. Now, if you look here, this is 27.2 miles right here. Okay. And it's the Larkspur Conservation at Taylor Hollow. This is the beginning or the end of the 27.2, and then the beginning's over here. And I have another picture of the beginning for you. So this mile here, right? The 27.27. So listen to this. The Larkspur Conservation at Taylor Hollow, and this is just one way to get there. I'll show you a couple other ways. Here you go. We have this way here, taking, and this is northeast from Hendersonville, taking 231. Then there's another way here that goes this way. And then you have the 258 going to the 31 west, and then the 52 over. Okay. And this is the 25 to the 109. Different ways. Right now we're focusing on this one right here on the 231. Okay. Westmoreland, Tennessee, right here. This is the terrain in that area. Remember, we zoomed in on it a little bit in our first video. Look at that. Okay. That's right around that 27.27 mile marker. This is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, by the way. We are looking for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Here we go again. Okay, look at here. Looks like there's a little building or house. Okay, lots of trees right off the street. And in Silver's video, he actually goes in and shows you the actual street view. And I'm not going to do that because I'm going to let you watch his video for that. Right now, we're doing an aerial. Okay, here it is a little bit more. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. We are looking for a young man, 15 years old, who is not, we have not seen or heard a trace of him in 8 months and 4 days. There is still an active Amber Alert, $125,000 reward. Many people searching for him, including the FBI, Dog the Bounty Hunter, Nik the Hat, and many, many YouTubers, volunteers, and most importantly, Seth Rogers, his father, who has been searching since day one. Here we go again, right off the street. Okay. Then I want to show you something. Oh, there was another picture I wanted to get. Let me see if I got that in here. Because there's like a big old ditch. I don't know if I put it in here. Sorry, friends. So then we go to the Larkspur Conservation at Taylor Hollow because I needed to know what it was. Look right here where it says it's a cemetery. Okay. Look it above in the picture. Lots of trees, forest. This looks like fall time. And remember, Sebastian went missing closer to in winter. So this would probably be more sparse during that time. So let's keep reading. We got to do our research on this place, right? Well, right now we know it closes at 6 p.m. Is that going to be significant? We don't know, but it could be. Is this definitely a tip that is accurate? We don't know. Right now, until we're told differently, we do not know. It could be someone's opinion. It could be a lot of different things, but what we do know is it's being pursued as a valid tip. Okay, so it closes at 6 p.m. That could be valid. That could be important because it could mean when no one's there, There's time after hours to maybe get in. Someone could enter in there allegedly, or it could mean you can get in there during hours and get lost in there. And maybe if you have nefarious intentions, allegedly, someone could do some things. Lots of hiking trails there. And then the next thing I'm going to show you is something I came across while I was still researching Larkspur Conservation at Taylor. I want you to buckle up. This is a trigger warning. Question about Larkspur Conservation. Now, this is from 5 years ago. Okay. I believe this is the property mentioned in the recent Nature Conservancy magazine. Excuse me. I believe this is the property mentioned in the recent Nature Conservancy magazine that has a program which allows natural burials. According to the article, those buried at Larkspur are interned in biodegradable caskets or shrouds without embalming. Friends, it is a natural burial site. So let's talk about that. Let me read it one more time. I believe this is the property mentioned in the recent Nature Conservancy magazine that has a program which allows natural burials. According to the article, those buried at Larkspur are interned in biodegradable caskets or shrouds without embalming. The Larkspur Conservation at Taylor Hollow responded with, yes, you are correct. Okay, friends. So there's natural burials, biodegradable, meaning dissolve into the earth. Let's see what else we know. That in itself, right there, being at the 27.27 distance marker that was mentioned in the post, is quite concerning to me. Not only because if it's natural burials, someone could go in and do this, biodegradable, become one with the earth, or know to go there on their own again. And if someone did something nefarious and had, let's say, allegedly a body to bury, knowing many are buried around there. So I don't know. It makes me very concerned. I'm very glad Dog is checking into this. I'm very glad, very, very glad he is on the case. Nik the Hat, their team. Larkspur Conservation, Tennessee's Conservation and Natural Burial. So learn about Larkspur burial options. Larkspur Conservation. They offer grief resources. They have immediate need. By the way, friends, I did read somewhere that they can arrange something within 15 minutes for you. That was alarming as well. Okay. What are biodegradable shrouds? And I ask you this because that's what they do at Larkspur Conservation. Okay, they wrap them in biodegradable shrouds or urns. And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to show you the site and we are going to look at it, their process. 1 second. I'll be right with you. Okay, let's see. Here we go. No? Okay, friends, sorry. Here we go. Okay, here you go. We are going to continue by looking at the Larkspur Conservation site, and it gives the steps of the process. Let me make sure you're seeing this as well. Okie dokes. So, what to do when a death occurs? If a death has occurred at home, contact hospice nurse, physician, medical examiner, coroner, or local sheriff to certify the death. Okay, which is why I thought if someone couldn't certify a death, they may not go in there knowing there are burial sites and just do their own burial. In my opinion, allegedly, it could happen. Okay, so it says there are steps. Okay, let's talk about the steps. Following a death, it can be feel as if there are 1,000 things to handle. Take an opportunity to be with the body can be a profound moment in helping to process the grief. And then it says step by step instructions, and that's what we're going to get to. Okay. I'm hoping you're still seeing what I'm seeing. Oh, you're not. Okay, hold on. Let me stop. I'm so sorry, friends. Let me go ahead and share the same one I'm sharing with you. I'm looking at right now. There we go. Okay, you've got it now. So this is step by step process at the Larkspur Conservation. With each burial is unique as the individual. The same basic steps need to be completed when a person dies and when they are buried. Transportation, refrigeration, sanitary care and care of the body, and filing a death certificate. Okay. What do I need from a funeral home when having a natural burial? So they need in Tennessee, only a funeral director may file a death certificate. This must be completed before a burial can occur. Okay. The funeral home will care for the body and prepare it for burial. Sometimes it includes washing the body, wrapping the body in the chosen shroud. And I'm going to show you what a shroud is, or placing it into the desired casket. And the caskets, they're all biodegradable. Between the time of death and the burial, the body needs to be kept cool. This will be done by the funeral home you've selected. It is not uncommon for a burial to be a week or two or more after someone has died. Refrigeration allows a family to take the time they need to prepare for the ceremony burial and for the family to travel and gather for a burial. Okay, friends, so there's steps. What do they do for a natural burial? Let's read that. On the day of the burial, they arrive. Let me see. They set the shrouded or casketed body at the grave site. I'm just trying to give you the at the grave, those attending will have the opportunity to gaze into the grave, touch the casket, touch the shrouded body. One thing I did learn, friends, is that the shroud, the thing about a shroud is it shows the outline of the person because it's wrapped around them. After the grave is filled, a mound will be present. This is then covered with pine needles and any cut flowers that have been brought. The thing, friends, that I want you to know about this is that it exists. And we're going to go back to our slideshow because it talks about how it disintegrates into the soil. And it's alarming. It's one screen says it's the next best thing to cremation. So I want something like that would give possibly someone a lot of confidence that they might not be found out, right? So here we go. A lot of confidence if someone's, becoming one with the earth, biodegradable. So we have those shrouds for the burial. And we just went over the steps. It's transportation and all of that. So meaningful final resting places. Now I went to another place because I was trying to learn about these shrouds, and it says it uses soil from the earth process. We support local conservation projects to restore and protect important pieces of land for future generations. Each project has its own unique story and restoration goals. So this place does the very same thing, but it gave me the information we needed about what they do in the process. Okay, this is not the exact one that is 27.27 miles away, but it is one that's giving some information. And they do have one, friends, and this is something that, I wanted to go through the shocks to you. Right here is shock number 2 is that they do natural barriers at this Larkspur Conservatory. Shock number 1 was, did I put it in here? Yes. Shock number one, friends, is just this whole terrain here being the conservatory, conservation there. Shock number two is that they do burials right there, natural burials. Shock number three is, where were we? That another place that does this is in Seattle, is in Washington. And I just wanted us to notice that right here in Auburn, Washington, and also one in Portland, Oregon. Restoring land for future generations. Surrounded by giant maples, red cedars, and Douglas firs, our serene 5-acre property. So, what they do, let me just give you the gist of it, is they biodegradably bury a biodegradable urn casket wrapped in a shroud that will disintegrate into the earth, and it says like compost. Okay. So, and the markers for these are like plants and flowers or a natural native stone. They're low maintenance, chemical free burial plots. The vessels are untreated caskets or shrouds, and they're biodegradable, and they're preserved through a cooling process instead of embalming. Okay. Biodegradable urns differ from other urns in additional ways. They are created in the spirit of becoming one with earth and water. Hence, they are not primarily keepsake urns, but are meant to merge with the elements of nature. Specifically designed scattering urns and earth burial urns is easily becoming part of nature. Let me read that again. Specially designed scattering urns and earth burial urns easily become part of nature. And this was my other shock. Can you get DNA from cremated ashes? While finding DNA preserved in cremation ashes is possible, it is unlikely. And that's another shocker. Some companies offer services to see if a cremation ash sample would potentially hold DNA. Work with a cremation company with specific labeling protocols that they are willing and able to describe to you. So DNA would not necessarily be detected. Another confidencer there. These are shrouds. Trigger warning, and I'm sorry, but I want to show it to you. They are biodegradable. See how some are wrapped with plants and vines? All of that will disintegrate into the earth along with the beloved, the person. Okay. See the outline of the bodies. Here's other ones right here. And I know it's horrible to look at, but I want us to understand 27.27 miles away at that conservation, this occurs. Green burial shrouds are always made from materials that are both natural and biodegradable. They're designed to disintegrate over time, leaving no trace of their existence and allowing the body to return naturally to the earth. Let me read that again. Green burial shrouds are always made from materials that are both natural and biodegradable. They're designed to disintegrate over time, leaving no trace of their existence and allowing the body to return naturally to the earth. Green burial shrouds, friends, are the natural burial shrouds and sites. Cotton, wool, and bamboo are common fabric choices for green burial shrouds. Okay? The shroud must be made from a biodegradable material. The shroud should be large enough to completely wrap the deceased, and the shroud can be simple or adorned. Shrouds are usually attached with straps and handles made from the same material as the shroud for carrying. And you can personalize them with wildflowers, garlands, and tree branches. There are specialized green burial service providers and natural burial plots. They're available in 3 levels: hybrid, which is a green section of an existing traditional burial ground; natural, a section of an existing or traditional ground with separate green maintenance processes; conservation, large burial grounds associated with parks and nature preserves. And that's what is at the 27.27-mile location is the conservation with natural barriers. So let's just wrap it up, friends. 27 point, look at that cute face. Isn't that such a great picture? I believe Seth Rogers, his dad, said that was the last photo he took of him. 27 points of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, friends. 27.7 miles is a conservation. Natural burials occur there. You can arrange a natural burial within 15 minutes. The body and shroud and biodegradable casket or urn become one with the earth, non existent. There's hiking trails and forests, meaning people could hike to an area and possibly do it themselves, knowing there are other bodies around, maybe thinking this one wouldn't be detected, allegedly, in my opinion. And cremation, you don't usually get DNA from. And this was our little area from our first video. Remember, I said, here's Westmoreland, look at this area of forest. And that's when Silver said, well, he took it even further and found this Larkspur. And then I researched what it is. And my friends, it is a natural burial site. So, friends, let me know what you think. Please use "in my opinion" and no names. Thank you so much. Prayers up that something will lead to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. He needs to be brought home, friends. Thank you so much. I will talk to you soon.